What it do, baby? We back at it again. Episode 8, Big Dog Talk. Here with my boy Ray.
Let's do it. And I'm here with my friend Gabe from
Hey,
Florida.
what it do?
Come on,
What's up, man? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? I'm Gabe from Miami area, but as you can see, I'm a Celtics fan. I see some people in here don't like that.
Welcome to Miami. I need that Will Smith playing in the background right now.
Welcome to Miami.
All right. So we got some interesting, crazy topics. The season's been really, really good. We're going to start off right now with this KD injury. I think the Nets are being smart with holding him out. I'm worried if it's actually more serious than what's leading on. What do you all think?
I think the KD injury is more serious because we got to remember this is why they got Harden. But I think if Harden wasn't here, this would really take a blow to them. You know what I mean? Because Kyrie just missed the last game, which brings me to don't forget the knee-jerk reactions at the end because I got one for you. But I think KD kind of knew this was happening. I think he knew that he would never play the full season, even in a shortened season. And I think it's expected. So I think they're still going to be successful in the playoffs. I just think that we're just now seeing, really, he is going to be out 3 weeks. We thought he was healthy, top peak KD, but he actually needs to ice those knees, KD. So
they 6-0 without him. So we ain't going to act like they not.
Well, they just lost bad to the Mavs. They lost bad to the Mavs last night. But that was solo dolo.
Has Shumpert played?
They waived him.
They waived already?
Mm-hmm.
See, I had some hope with Shumpert coming in because, he's somebody who's seen playoff experience. They got players. Obviously, Kyrie's doing his thing. Harden's going to do his thing. One of the best offensive players in the game, But I think KD, the best thing for the Nets is to probably sit him out the most they can, They're still at the number 2. They're still doing really good with him being out. But I don't know. That's KD. You want him playoff time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Lamar?
I got to agree with KD right now. Before the injury, he was averaging 29, shooting 90% from the free throw and shooting 50%.
And going 40 minutes. He went into 40 minutes one night. He was doing something crazy.
They were comparing his numbers to his MVP year.
Yeah.
Right. They got to scale it back. And he might have been a little overload. But, he's probably trying to get in game shape, too. So it's a little balance. And now when he comes back.
We got to also think about the system, though. I never think KD is great in these systems that he's been playing with the last 8 years. Yes, either the Steve Kerr or the Steve Nash / D'Antoni systems.
Too fast.
It's too fast.
You said you don't think he was great?
No, he's good in them, but I think that he is, as a maximized player, is in a better slowed down game. Yeah, half court. Not the up and down. That's where you see the injuries.
That's the injuries.
Oh, no. Okay, so you're saying injury-wise? Or
I'm just saying for him as a bodybuilder, that up and down system is bad for you long term.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Almost for anybody.
Well, not Steph. You know what I mean? I'm saying a 7-footer. Any 7-footer? Yeah.
Yeah. So we can all agree. Mm-hmm. He needs to rest. So
he's not different. If you think KD's different, we're proving it right now. He's out 3 weeks.
No. No, it's true. He got a major injury, but KD, I thought you said in Brooklyn it's the best system he's played in. Obviously not Warriors.
That system's trash. They don't even know what they're running yet.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah.
Okay, so crazy. Now let's transition right now to a global topic that's going on right now. They've been talking about it. ESPN.
Go for it.
Blah, blah, blah. Who should the new logo be? It's crazy because when I was a kid, Gabe, how old are you, Gabe?
I'm 24.
Okay, Kobe.
24.
So when I was actually in elementary school to middle school, I thought Michael Jordan was the logo. For the longest time, I didn't even know.
Jump man, that boy.
I didn't know who the logo was until I was grown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go last on this. Gabe, who do you think should be the new logo? And do you agree with Kyrie?
Actually, let me go first.
You want to go first?
Yeah. A black man. Let me go first so I can just tip the scales. You know what I mean? I don't want to put the pressure on him having to feel like. But I heard Stephen A. say.
I don't feel no pressure, man. I don't feel pressure.
I feel like Stephen A. said this, and I kind of vibe with his point since we already heard it. But I think I love Kobe. I love what he did for the game. But as far as most recognizable logo, it's the Jordan logo. And so to make that as the silhouette would, now the issue with that is the Nike patent. Nike owns that logo. So now we're talking business. Now we're talking, how can the NBA get a logo that Nike owns? So that's what we're talking.
Well, you said you could switch it. They could get a different.
You can, but we're talking about the iconic logo that I wouldn't go for switching it to something. Then but as far as, I don't know, I'm not all the way sold on it. I would have to hear more than just Kyrie saying, because Kyrie said I didn't want to throw any other Black Kings under the bus, but they've accomplished a lot too. But I'm not going to go into that. No, go into it, because if we're comparing the logos, we have to talk about, you know what I mean? And if you just say, hey, let's not go into Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, like anybody, let's just focus on Kobe. I get the untimely death, which is tragic to everybody. But at the same time, you got to look at what silhouette does he have too. Like some of those silhouettes, like that one body of him just dribbling was trash to me.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
That one.
You got to explain.
You
explain that last one.
No, we've been seeing like 5 different silhouettes. So I'm just saying that one of the ones that I've seen was not the one. So we would have to like get down on a silhouette and be like, okay, that. But I'm not gun ho for it because of just accomplishments in the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of emotions are tied to it with Kyrie's answer. Just Kobe being his mentor and everything. And as at 24. Throwing that trash can ball, it's always Kobe around the world. Kobe, you saw when he died everywhere. It's Kobe, So when it comes to business wise, every business comes to change. You want to change a brand, you want to make it look a little different. Why not Kobe? The whole world knows Kobe. The whole world starts thinking of greatness when they see that symbol. And now that they're going to see it and see Kobe, it can mean something, but at the same time, it's too much emotions. When it comes down to it, who's the most recognized player to ever play basketball is Jordan. I understand it's everywhere. Just like Ray said, when it comes down to business, I don't know that much. I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid for But I do think Jordan is that brand when you think basketball. No matter what, no matter where you go, what language you speak, that Jordan symbol. So that's my vote.
Okay. So both you all are going Jordan. Can't argue that I disagree with the Jordan. My emotions is tied to Kobe as well.
Of course.
Picking Kobe just like Kyrie's. I agree. It's tough because if Kobe didn't die, would this conversation be happening?
Yeah.
But I do think after he passed, we were able to see how monumental and how global Kobe was. You know what I mean? And I do think it's a time for a transition. You know what I mean? Whether it be Jordan, whether it be Kobe, it damn sure better not never be LeBron. But you know what I mean?
Damn sure.
I would love to see it switch to someone relevant, someone new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Jerry West doesn't know why he's the logo.
I watched that interview. Yeah, he said he said he wants to change. You know what I mean?
And then on top of your thing, Lamar's like, we don't know. Like, I hate NBA players making assumptions that like, I don't even know if this is what Kobe would do. Like, I think Kobe would still say maybe Jordan's the guy. I think Kobe would still deflect just like Jerry West deflected. Would he though?
Because he loves Jerry West. He absolutely loves Jerry West.
Yeah, but Jerry West was the one. Jerry West is a pro, like, black, like pro black, all that stuff. So he says, I don't think I should. So I don't think Kobe would go and say, yeah, we should change it, but not to him. To MJ is what I'm saying.
He would say to MJ.
So with that, I'm saying with Kyrie speaking for the NBA world and community, like all that stuff, it's like, okay, that's nice, but I don't even know if his family would want that. Like, Vanessa Bryant said, yeah, for sure. All that. Yeah. She stamped it. She said it was good. But it's iffy,
So we got 2 Jordans and a Kobe, but we can agree
to the Kobe.
That it's time for a change, though.
It is definitely time for a change from the modern logo.
And I just want to throw this out there. This isn't a topic kind of like the whole Aunt Jemima type thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, we got to change it. This is some slavery type stuff. Because I don't like the vibe that Kyrie went with, the whole Black Kings built it. I do agree. Obviously, it's more African American.
That was a very trigger word, like Black Kings.
Such a trigger word. You feel me? Like, bro, we all know you love Kobe. Just say, hey, I think it would be a good idea we have a new logo.
And you could have just legitimately went with statistics and said the NBA went crazy when Jordan elevated the game, and then it went crazier when Kobe elevated the game.
Forget about Larry Bird, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Larry Bird, like
you know what I mean? Like
there was Hall of Famers saying that they thought this dude was a black dude until they looked at the newspaper the next day. Like that's
right.
So
no, that's true. Yeah, no matter how much he said he didn't want to discredit anybody, or at the end of the day, you know, there's certain words that you pick and choose that people are going to listen to that and automatically it's going to trigger them. So, you know, there has been a lot of goats in the league, you know, black, white, Spanish, it don't really matter. To be honest, I don't know many Spanish players that are goats.
Jose Calderon.
Okay, Jose Arroyo.
Jordan Farmar? Is it Farmar?
He mixed.
Yeah.
So now we got an interesting topic. This is a topic that Ray reached out to me. Gabe is younger, so obviously his views on the NBA is maybe a little different. You know, he
said a lot smarter. No, it's a lot compacted.
Smarter?
He thinks nobody's existed since before 2009. So it's like all those stats.
Let Lamar go. Let Lamar ask the question so we can get it going.
So, there's no right or wrong answer to this, but it's just curious. We're gonna pick our 4 most skilled offensive players of all time, not just current, of all time, who was able to put a stamp offensively on the game. Okay, Gabe, give me your 4 right now.
All right, hold on. So, okay, skill set, because you said stamp. There's a lot of people like Shaq put a stamp because of the offensive game he had.
Only offensively.
Overall, everything.
No, only offense. They don't have to play defense. Just offense.
No, only offense. Everything offense. Shooting, post game. My top 4 automatic. Top 3 will go Jordan. Okay.
Is this in order or are you just saying them?
Not in order right now. Not in order. Just random for it. If you go Jordan, you got to go Kobe. I got to go Kobe. If you go Kobe, I got to go KD.
Okay.
I have to go KD. Easy money sniper. I got to go KD. And then 4th is a toss-up. You know, it's definitely not LeBron. It's definitely not LeBron in my book. Harden's up there. For the last, couple of years, he's been a terror. Double teamed. Teams got to try to figure out different ways to try to stop him. Got Tracy McGrady, who's just Kobe was one of those people who said Tracy McGrady was one of the hardest people to guard. There's a lot of people with offensive skill set, but I think Melo too, dribble anywhere. Oh my gosh, free fake dunk in Nuggets days. I think I gotta go Harden. I just gotta go Harden now. I know it's recent, but the things he does with that ball, the way he moves, the way he's been scoring, the last 5 years has just been crazy. Like no others. I gotta go Harden.
Okay. It's not a bad lineup. Obviously, Kobe, Jordan, those are bona fide scorers. KD, obviously bona fide. I'm shocked you didn't throw Steph over Harden, but okay.
It's a tough one. I love Steph. Steph is actually, I know I'm a Celtics fan. Steph's actually one of my favorite players, probably my favorite player right now. He's changed the game. He's a three-point shooter. I like trying to play like him when I go to parks, but Harden got something different. But I don't know. It's a tough. Unanimous MVP, though, with Curry. It's a tough one. Okay.
Right, let me hear yours.
All right, those 3 that Gabe said for sure you got, and I'll go in order. I think it's Kobe, MJ, KD, in that order, just because I think MJ had more athleticism in his early 90s stretch. I mean, Gabe won't know because until the last dance, those youngins. But that early stretch, it was more athleticism. Then later, it was that fundamental game switch up. And Kobe had that fundamental game from jump because he was watching MJ from later years. And so he also had the athleticism, but the 3-point ball was better, all that stuff. But the only reason why my 4th person is going to be LeBron, just because I go off of scoring percentages stat-wise. I mean, I look at when Harden came in the game, when Steph came in the game, and when LeBron came in the game, somebody's going to end up with 27, 7, and 7, and somebody's going to end up with 24 points, even if they go off crazy. And in trajectory speaking, Harden, I don't think is because of the superstar time. I don't think trajectory-wise. I think LeBron's not stopping playing until he passed Kareem all time, and he play with his son. And so I don't think that even if that happens, I don't even think of Harden keeps going, he's going to ever pass LeBron passing that. And so then we're looking at numbers, stats, and trajectory and who started. LeBron came out the league balling and scoring. And so, yeah, it's figured.
Stats actually say different. I think if you go look at stats and look at what Harden's been averaging, and if he continues to just do that and to reach the amount of years that LeBron has played, he's actually, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. And you got to look at his
OKC. In a spring chicken, though.
You got to look at his OKC.
In a couple of years.
Hold on, let me finish. You got to look at his OKC stats. You know, he was like those first years, LeBron's first years, you can't even tell me that he'll ever catch LeBron. He won't. He got to drop 40 points a game for the next 6 seasons. And that's not going to happen. And so that's what I think. I think LeBron rounds that out just because of his. I look at stats. I look at points leading the league, years leading the league, never having an offensive weakness. And I don't see Harden with a mid-range game. In a post.
I don't like that word choice. I don't like that word choice.
Offensive weakness, I would say, because I don't think Harden, like, he don't play in a post game for me. Like, I think LeBron could do everything. He could do all 3 levels and keep doing it. So
mid-range, LeBron, that's not his forte. He just got a 3-ball towards the end of his career.
Yeah, he did.
But
he did.
Stats, obviously, he shoots.
But Harden just started scoring more at the end of his career. So it's you know what I mean?
I get both you all.
What's your 4?
I actually got a similar order. I'm going to go Kobe, MJ, KD. I'm actually going to go T-Mac.
Spurts. I don't do spurts. I mean, I get the eye test, but those knees.
But I'm going off of offensive talent. That was our question. So I'm going off of just pure talent. Who was able to give me a bucket?
Explain to me Toronto days then. I put that on you, bro. Well. I put 3 or 4 years of you riding the bench on your record. I don't care about when you blew up in Orlando, and I don't care about when you fizzled out in Houston. What happened those 3 or 4 years in Toronto?
That's okay. Right. Oh, I don't need to know. Hold on.
I need AIs.
Right.
Like, that's what I need.
I don't care about his career. I want to know who can give me a bucket offensively. That's all I care about. James Harden can get a bucket at any point in the game if he wants to.
So it's not like that's your main criteria, getting a bucket.
Yes.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, before we keep going, would you go LeBron or Harden, just so we could clear that out? What would you do for that 4th spot?
Is this on camera or is this not on camera?
This is on camera. But I'm thinking all time though. If you guys are thinking spurts and eye test, I'm changing.
Ray, you do that.
I'm thinking all time. That's how I think of the game. But if you want to think of spurts, then AI's in my top. Like, because he could get a bucket anytime he wanted.
Argue with that. Nobody can argue with that.
Exactly.
If I'm going offense, I don't care if motherfucking LeBron passed Kareem. I will never look at him as an offensive juggernaut.
Yep.
I can't look at him like that.
That's wild.
I think he's a genius, and I think he knows how to get to his spots and get to the free throw line. Granted, he may not make it
skill set, but
But if I say, hey, LeBron, I need you to go give me 20 buckets right now, 1 quarter, LeBron's not going to do that. If I say, hey, James Harden, go get 20. We just seen James Harden put.
We asked him to do that in Houston, and he didn't do that. What are you talking about? We asked him every time in the playoffs to do that, and he didn't do that.
Playoffs is what do you mean, man?
Playoffs.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about playoffs. Don't matter. My bad. Forgot all time. I mean, not all time. Regular season. My bad. Regular season. My bad. Regular season. Get you a bucket.
He's trying to change it up.
I'm skewed.
See, that's what he do. He tried to switch the topic.
No, I'm sorry, man.
But we'll go back to T-Mac, because my bad. You went hard.
T-Mac, 7 seconds, 13, 7 points, 13 seconds. Dude's a beast. He's a bucket.
How many people doing that? Let me answer that. How many people doing that?
Jason Tatum tried 4 points last night in 5 seconds, so that's how much he got.
I love Jason Tatum.
Yeah. He did that last night, so I'm just saying.
And you could throw 4A, 4B Steph Curry as an offensive talent.
Yeah, he changed the game. You have to.
Offensively, he's a walking bucket and can give me 30 with just shooting 10 threes.
But once his 8th season in the year, yeah, I get you. My bad. Yeah,
see, right. You can't knock people. Not everybody blossoms out the gate. Jordan didn't blossom out the gate, and Jordan is a GOAT.
What was his first? His literally rookie season was 28 points a game.
Correct. But the rest,
like,
hold on.
What are you saying?
That first year, Jordan didn't look amazing every single game, though.
He averaged 28 points a game, Lamar.
I understand that, but you do know he dropped a couple games where he had 5 points, 11 points.
No,
he didn't look
and then
amazing.
He made it up with a 50 bucket. Like, I'm just saying, to average 28 points a game, I get the second.
Why is that okay that
you come out the gate balling without a conscience? I like that. What do you mean why that's okay? That's talent. That's killing it. I expect you to study and learn from vets in the league and get better.
Lakers. We're going to talk Lakers really quick. Lakers look a little rough. We got Schroeder back. Now we're looking like we're going to be okay, at least until after the AllStar break. We won tonight against the Warriors. That don't really count because it's the Warriors, and they're not really that good. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And Draymond got out. He was out injured. Do you all think we will plummet before the AllStar break? Because 3 through 7 in the West is actually all tied. I think us winning puts us up a game, but we're all tied.
I don't think so. Actually, I think Lakers got LeBron. Again, I don't put LeBron in my top 4, but LeBron's LeBron. You know, so I think just with LeBron, some a little more coaching, you know, a little more chemistry going together, I think they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to be top 5 until the season ends, honestly. So.
Yeah, they're not dropping. I think they're good to go. I think that lapse was because Schroeder was out, and I think now that he's back, they're going to play like they did in the beginning of the year. I think they're going to be fine.
I agree with both of y'all. Schroeder coming back helped. If he didn't come back, we're plummeting, like downfall, because LeBron hasn't set a game out this whole season, and I'm a little worried. I need him to sit some games. He, like you said earlier, he's trying to break records. He's trying to catch Kareem, and he knows any game that he sit later, he's going to have to score more points.
And he's thinking about averages. He's thinking about everything.
Yeah. He has averages 15 points for the next 2 years, and he passes Kareem. That's insane. Yeah.
But he doesn't want that, is what I'm saying. He doesn't want that. He doesn't even want his overall career average to dip. That's how deep level he's thinking.
It's deeper. It's way deeper. And I need him to a little bit look at the team, because come playoffs, this is different from bubble basketball now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Teams is hungry now. And
what the question needs to be is, are you worried about AD come playoffs?
Of course. I wanted him to sit. I didn't want them to rush him back. And
are they rushing him back?
They did.
He played recently?
No. Before.
Oh, yeah.
He first had the calf industry, which is, I think, is the Achilles. He came back in a week, and in that game I called you on, I'm like, bro, he looked like he blew his fucking Achilles. You know what I mean? Why? Rest him, bro. We already know he's injury prone. You know what I mean? He's our meal ticket. LeBron ain't our meal ticket, bro. AD's our meal ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm going to be watching AD very closely this playoffs. Like, scared every time he take a tumble. Like,
yeah.
I'm happy you know that. And I don't know how many, I mean, at least for me, last year you guys had Dwight Howard. You guys had a really big team.
A really big team, yeah.
Exactly. You could drop AD, you could drop these people, and you guys look like giants out there. But without those players and without the most, like, what is he, AD 7 foot? Probably the
6'11".
most.
We got Marc Gasol. 6'8".
You got Marc Gasol.
Yeah. Marc Gasol's a good add-in.
Yeah, that's 7-footer defensive player of the year. I mean, you know.
He got some.
Yeah, but he can't give us 30 minutes.
No, he can't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So AD, he just plays the court differently. He could shoot the ball. He could shoot the 3 too.
You said space the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game changer of being able to space the floor, you know? Yeah. All right, so now we got our good old knee-jerk reactions. So, Gabe, these knee-jerk reactions, I'm going to shoot some. I just want your first thought to come to your head. Don't even think about an answer. If I say it's a sky blue, if you think it's fucking red, just say red.
All right.
Okay.
All
right. My first one. Brad Stevens, to me, should be fired after this year. He is the only coach in the East having 2 All-Stars, and they're currently the 7th seed. They may go to the 6th seed because they won against the Wizards tonight. Do you feel like he needs to go? It's time for a new transition.
Oh, okay. So that one's a hard one. I think management needs more help than Brad Stevens. I don't know what I think Brad Stevens is okay. I think we've made a lot of mistakes in our, like, for example, Kemba Walker should have been out of there. I don't know. You know, Brad Stevens may have something to do with that. I think I'll fire his ass. Fire him. Listen. Just because we've been so bad fourth quarters, we've been.
And the
so
thing
bad.
about that, he was like,
Yeah, he was like, nah, forget it.
I started thinking about it because we've had so many good opportunities and we've just lost them. And you can try to blame anybody else, but at the end of the day, he's a coach, man. So
for me,
I would try somebody new.
For me, I'm not firing Brad Stevens until I fire Ainge. He didn't pull the trigger on too many trades. He didn't do too many things. And he's talking in the media too much right now about what needs to happen. And I think that's a locker room issue. I think everybody doesn't want to play for Brad Stevens because they know that he has no pull on what management. If management is still talking about the team, like we're not a playoff team, then why do I care what my coach says? You know what I mean? So I don't think that has anything to do with Brad Stevens, everything to do with Danny Ainge. And he's long stayed his welcome over that KG trade. So it's about to get him out of here.
I think it's a mixture.
Yeah, you have two forwards, but that's why Danny Ainge should have pulled the trigger and traded Jaylen Brown for Kawhi or something.
Well, I don't agree with it. I like Jaylen Brown. In the next 3 years, he'll continue to be a stud. But I do think, like I always say, Brad Stevens, he's more of a youthful coach. But when it comes down to once these kids get older,
dog, their team is averaging the age of 24. It's like they're still a young team, and I get it. I don't think it's Brad though. Brad's gonna go to the contender. Like the Lakers will fire Vogel for Brad. Like that's how good Brad is.
No, what I'm saying is he can coach young players in a system, but once he gets a star, he has two potential stars on his team. He can't connect with them. And Kemba thinks he's a star in his own mind. He can't connect with them.
What happened to Isaiah Thomas, though?
Huh?
What happened to Isaiah Thomas? He was the focal point of that offense.
Nothing happened. They went
but I'm saying he was the focal point in that offense, so he could balance out giving the power to the reins to one person at that time.
Well, okay, Ray, would you have traded Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving? Because I sure would.
Me, I wouldn't have.
Oh, come on,
drunk, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. Like I'm being honest. I'm not. This isn't buyer's remorse. You can't remove the controller. This isn't buyer's remorse. Like I don't think so. Just because of
off of a championship. That's when Kyrie was Kyrie.
His mom just died. His sister just died, and he gave the city 65 points. I gave him the veterans minimum. I'm not flipping him for Kyrie.
You gotta flip him for Kyrie.
Remember, you guys love Kyrie. I just get pieces.
I don't love Kyrie, but that's Kyrie.
I didn't think that Kyrie is doing more than Isaiah gave me that year. I didn't think so. I wouldn't think that 28-point games MVP discussion, Kyrie's going to now changing him is now leading us to the. I don't think
that's how great Kyrie is, and that's what
he hasn't done it since.
Kyrie is so great that somebody came with an MVP year, and they're like, "Yeah, let's get Kyrie." That's how good.
All right, so I don't know what you're drinking tonight. I think you're drunk.
Me too.
Because if you ever in your life think nobody, bro, Stevie Wonder, he would flip Isaiah Thomas. He would take his hand and go like this and say, bro, are you 6 feet? He would say, I need to trade.
Are you 6 feet? Yo.
So that trade was right. It didn't work out.
Of course.
Kyrie didn't like it in Boston, but that's here nor there. So my last topic, excuse my little thing. So we got some notable people that could get traded. We got Kyle Lowry and we have PJ Tucker. My question to both you all, do you all think one of them or both of them will get flipped by the deadline?
Me, Kyle Lowry, no. I just don't think so. I think I know he wants to go to Philly, but who's Philly going to trade for him? And that's just a salary dump. I don't see it. And PJ Tucker, yes. PJ Tucker's a vet. I think he can add to a team, and I think he's miserable in Houston.
Yeah, that's kind of, to me, PJ Tucker, PJ Tucker, he's great 3-and-D, he could really go anywhere. Kyle Lowry, though, man, that's just sad news. They're trying to get rid of him, but
he might want to go, though.
Yeah, I think he low-key want to go a little bit, too.
Mm-hmm. But he wants to go to Philly.
It's his home.
Yeah, it's his hometown, but is he going to ride the bench?
No, he'll get playing time. He can shoot over. They're going to play him with Ben Simmons. They'll play Ben Simmons in the 4 or 3 spot. And
not ride the bench. Is he gonna go off the bench? Is he gonna sit on the bench? Is he gonna, because he's not gonna be a starter?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I think he wants another championship. And Philly, your hometown. I mean, maybe you guys
don't know about going to the bench
because he's leaving there because of Fred Van Fleet. Getting more minutes. Yeah. So you think he doesn't want to sit behind a Ben Simmons?
No, I think you flip him, put Danny Green on the bench, and you just run a lineup of...
Danny Green is getting them there. Toronto ties.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I'm a genius. I know this shit. You flip him, you run... Ben Simmons can play any position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not too many people like Kyle Lowry, but in playoff mode, he does...
He gives you hustle,
really well.
Hustle points and great possessions because of his...
That's not so recent, though.
Offensive. I mean, we're talking playoffs. Recent vet Kyle Lowry getting you picks and stuff and getting you the extra possessions in the playoffs.
I'm going back to the DeMar DeRozan days. You know
he still did that then.
Nah, there was years where we were making fun of Kyle Lowry because he choked in the playoffs.
He was never not a hustle player though. We're talking about hustle 100%. Getting you extra possessions. We're not talking about balling out.
You hustle. Cool. Doesn't mean you great. Like, yeah, hustle is part of it. It's hard, but it doesn't make you good.
I thought Rondo was one of your favorite players.
Yeah, but that because he's one of the best IQ players.
Do you love Marcus Smart?
I've never just said he hustles.
Do you love Marcus Smart?
Once he start knocking down shots, not just because he hustles.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry knocks down shots and he sets great.
He can hit that 3 ball.
He can hit that 3 ball.
Nah. Kyle Lowry's sweet. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Where we made fun of him.
I know Black Twitter and the young people love to kill Kyle Lowry because that was the
young people.
Yeah, because remember we would be like Kyle Lowry. I remember all those tweets and those viral moments, but.
Ray would be the one calling me. Ray, you'll be the one calling me. Yo, I just had this on Twitter. Kyle Lowry.
That's still hilarious. He's a champion. And he's still
DMZ.
That has nothing to do with hustle points and being a player. Like, you know what I mean?
No, trust me. Hustle takes heart. Like, if I'm playing ball, I want somebody that hustles. But it doesn't make them good. It just makes them somebody that could hustle, grab a ball.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's saying that they're
pass
good.
the ball to the person that's good.
So you don't think Kyle Lowry's good?
No, Kyle Lowry's great. He's a champion.
Okay, great. So Kyle Lowry's good, and he's a great for the Philadelphia 76ers. Nothing to do with hustle.
I just want to say he would ride the bench.
This might be crazy to say. I think if they do flip him and he goes to Philly, I would say Philly could stay number 1 because overall that mentality of that team would shift completely. You know what I mean?
Not even completely. It would just tip a little bit more. It would get a little bit more solidified. They already have the championship. I mean, you're adding another champion, but you got 3. You got Dwight, Danny Green, and Doc Rivers. So you're just tipping the cap a little bit more to the floor general of it. So I agree, it's solidifying, but he's not bringing a championship mentality. That's already there. That's why they're the number 1 seed or up there at the top of the conference.
Embiid playing like an MVP.
Embiid's balling because of the championship mentality around him saying, yo, you need the ball. If I had your size, I'd be doing this.
It's not leadership. I get what you're saying, but he is bringing the leadership mentality. He is the only one in that group that has
floor general leadership.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ray, all right, my Spitfire. So I've been seeing some crazy stuff on the social media feeds that I have to get you guys' opinion on. So the first thing is since you're in New York, Lamar, I'll let you go first. People have been going crazy on the timeline recently in the last couple of days saying Julius Randle versus Chris Bosh. Like which right now, prime Julius Randle right now could never see, Chris Bosh can never see him. It's what the timeline was saying.
That's blasphemy. First off, I love Julius Randle, diehard Laker. I love him, but people forget that's just disrespectful to Chris Bosh. They forget them Toronto days when that man used to drop at minimum 20 a night. He chose to go to Miami, take a back seat to get a ring. Mm-hmm. He would get buckets on you with nobody else on the squad.
And before we end, go check those finals numbers too. Go check them.
He held his own.
Chris Bosh was balling, hitting them mid ranges. People forget grabbing them rebounds. That's why LeBron's smart. That's why he brought him here for.
Exactly.
You know?
All right, so I have a couple of spitfire knee-jerk reactions for you guys that I need your just takes on. I need your opinions on. First, we already got the Julius Randle and Bosh thing. We kind of know that that's crazy. We know that Bosh is
Bosh.
He just did it for a long period. He took a team to the playoffs. He led them over 500. I mean, he's done that. It's Bosh. And I don't even think many people could have done it. Like, I don't think Amari Stoudemire could have did the same thing Bosh did in a Heat uniform, like in their prime, not late Amari. Second thing is, do you guys think Kyrie Irving would retire early?
Yes.
Like
Kyrie.
soon.
If Kyrie get another ring, Kyrie gonna retire before he's 34.
I don't know, man. Kyrie talks a lot.
So
Kyrie right now, think about his track record. I'll stay here, he leaves, do that, and does the opposite. Says this, I don't know. To me, I just feel like he's a lot of talk. It's kind of iffy. It's up in the air. I think he's here for a while, to be honest.
Awesome. Okay, so who was more, who had more of a skillful dribbling package in their first 3 years? Or I would say who is more dominant? Let's compare the two players. I would say early Zion or early Shaq. Gabe.
Shaq. More dominant?
Dominant, skillful, running the floor, like, you know what I mean? Like, just all that.
Shaq was rookie of the year. I got to go Shaq.
Well, without rookie of the year. First 2-3 years, we're talking. I thought you said that. I thought you said you never saw Shaq run the floor off camera. You said Zion was...
Camera. No, off camera, you told me Shaq was a player on the three doing jab, spin around shots. And I said Shaq was never doing that. And then you said, oh, but he got Jordan in the one All-Star game that you saw on Twitter clip. And I was like, yeah, he got him with a nice move.
I said look at him. I said the Twitter clip to him. He's stealing my punchline.
You didn't.
I said you probably only. I said you're so young. You probably only saw that joint on Twitter. I said you're so young. You probably only saw that joint on Twitter clips. But what the original thing was? Oh yeah, I muted you.
Gabe, you're muted.
I know I muted him. What the original thing was? It was. I said Shaq was the same as Zion. Like Shaq was doing things because he was saying Zion was doing things Shaq was never doing. He was jab stepping. And I said, he's 10 for 14 in the paint. Like that's what Shaq, and he says, no, but he hit 4 threes his first opening thing. And I was like, well, what has he done since? Now you good? Go ahead. You got to unmute yourself.
Let me talk. First off, no, I was saying the way that Zion jabs from the top of the key as a guard and just gets by people. There isn't plenty of times that Shaq that's what I said. Go look up times that Shaq has been at the top of the key, really jabbing people, breaking them down.
In 92, you don't know, but he was.
And then the first thing you said was, why you haven't seen that clip where he got Jordan in the All?
No, I said you haven't seen the Orlando mixtape. So the next one. But you agree that you just think Shaq was better and more dominant when he was younger, correct?
Zion will never pass Shaq, ever.
No, I agree with that. Let's go with, did Mark Cuban sun the Nets and Nash when they just blew them out recently, a couple of days ago? I don't know if you caught that game, but he's cheering and hooting and hollering from the thing. And then I'm just thinking, oh, that's a psyche thing. Like he really wants this victory. So what are your thoughts on that?
Victory. Yeah. I don't look at it as a son. I just look at Mark Cuban being Mark Cuban.
He doesn't have any power, of course. He can't influence the game.
You know what I mean?
To be honest, I didn't see that game. I didn't watch what happened. I didn't catch on.
Well, Harden was just solo dolo out there. No Kyrie, no Kevin Durant. Got blown out by the Mavs. And Mark Cuban is thinking that, okay, this is a finals, sneak preview. He's thinking,
what I'm saying. That's Mark Cuban. You know what I mean?
That's Mark Cuban. That's Mark.
He's thinking if we got, he got them in their heads, that's what Mark Cuban's thinking. And so, and also now, last take. Luka versus Larry Bird comparisons. What are your thoughts on those?
Larry Bird all day, 7 days a week.
What would happen if, Luka got 3 rings?
A little too early. You know what I mean?
Nobody. If he gets 3 rings, what is your thoughts on that?
if he got 3 rings, and we're saying Luka kept this up for 10 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
The man just turned 22, which is it's actually sickening. If you think about it, this man was 21 years old, killing these dudes, bro. He couldn't even drink a year ago.
Yes. And then
You drink a fruit punch.
I saw literally a side-by-side graphic of Larry Bird with 21 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, whatever. And Luka, same year, 3 years in the league, whatever, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 10 compared to Bird. And I'm like, man, the way the game's being played. And
the game is played differently. Correct.
Because Bird's really controlling the whole game. But Luka, he impacts it and he controls here and there. And
Larry did have Hall of Famers on the squad as well.
Yeah, let's not sleep on. We do sleep on that because we don't ever talk about McHale. We don't ever talk about they weren't flashy players. But
Danny Ainge as well.
Yeah, if they were in the Spurs uniform, we'd be talking about them, but we don't.
Yeah, So right now, Luka will go down as, if he gets 2 rings, he'll go down as the greatest international basketball player to ever play this game. He'll even surpass Ginobili. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think that's a tough feat.
I think so.
Parker's more of a tough feat. Parker's France. Parker's more of a tough feat.
Yeah, but Parker was never doing what he was doing. And that they play system basketball.
Yeah, I'm just saying to France.
France, yeah.
You can't tell them that.
Like, you watch that thing on Netflix by him?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. To France?
Yeah.
Can't tell them that.
No, so to answer your question, I think he could. That's a weird question. You know what I mean? That's like saying,
of course. I hate saying somebody because I think you're cemented regardless of what you do. And then we're just literally talking about another person's resume. That's it.
Because what we're saying is Larry Bird right now is a top 7 player of all time.
Yes, and he's been for a minute.
Yeah.
And people's come and gone. And those Larry Bird stories are still Larry legends for a reason. Like, it's real.
Stats and change. It don't matter how many points he scored. None of that's changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just his stamp on the game and what he could do. All right, Gabe, I appreciate you coming out tonight on that lovely night. It's probably like 82 degrees outside right now.
Yes, sir. Follow Gabe. What's your handle, man? We're going to put your handle
Gabe, what's your IG handle?
All right, it's at Gadecast. That's GABECAST 11.
Yes.
Gadecast 11.
Follow.
Is that for Kyrie 11? Is that why?
No, 11 just been my favorite number since I don't know when.
But I appreciate it. You had some great takes, interesting rating. I love you, my dog. It's been good. This is that Big Dog Talk. We out.
Peace.
For having me, man.